Hi everyone, so I want to do a video on best of the brand. We're going to do Chanel today. I no longer work for them. I did for about 7 months, but I resigned because I was going to school in New York and I couldn't transfer. I've done one of these for NARS before, but I think since I had almost like an insider quote-unquote view of Chanel and I got to know every single one of the products, I could give you the best of the best. This is going to be like, I guess you could say factual, but a large portion of it is going to be based on my opinion, so like what my personal favorite products are, but I can tell you what the standout products are from the brand in general. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion, but I also kind of want to stay respectful to the brand and you know, respect its heritage and respect the company, because I do. But I do want to start off with saying that I think if you want to try one Chanel product, it has to be fragrance. And I say this because this is where Chanel started. You know, Chanel released #5 in the 1920s and the formula hasn't changed since then. They've come up with different variations of the fragrance, but the original formula hasn't changed. And I say fragrance because it's the pinnacle of the Chanel brand. You know, it's a fashion brand, it's a fashion house. It started with clothing, but when they branched into the beauty world, it was with fragrance. So I say find your signature Chanel fragrance. My personal favorite is Coco. It smells very rich and warm, and it has a very comforting fragrance. It's something I definitely would love to wear during fall. I love it for that. But I'd say not only Chanel fragrance, but find your own version of Chanel #5 that you really like. I know it kind of has a stigma for being an old lady scent, and a lot of people ask me why that is, and I always tell them it's because #5 was popular when it came out, and it still is like the #1 selling fragrance of all time. So when it came out, the women who wore it are now at the age that their grandmothers are, you know, they're now at the age of, you know, a mature woman who has grandchildren and things like that. It's just how the timeline is structured. And they wore it nothing but #5 for years and years and years because there was nothing better. Everything, it was just #5 and nothing ever came close to it. So I feel like that's why it has an old lady scent. My favorite version of #5 is the Eau Douceur, which is actually the original, and that one has a rich warmness that I really like. It has almost like a smokiness to it that I really enjoy. Also, I give everyone, I challenge everyone to try the #5 Eau Première. It no longer comes in a bottle like this, it now is packaged in the classic bottle. It is an eau de parfum concentration, but this is a sheared out version of #5, so it's less jarring. I'm trying to see from other people's perspectives, but it doesn't have such a powdery aroma to it. It's more sweet, more sheared down. The ylang-ylang and citrus notes of it are really heightened, and so it has a sparkling aspect to it. And it was #5 for women who appreciated #5 but never felt it was right for them. So give that one a shot, and I think as long as you have a version of #5 in your collection, you have hit the pinnacle fragrance of all time because it changed the world. So, fragrance, just that's where I think everything should start with Chanel. For people going into the brand and just the brand in general, that's where it started. So, amazing. Now we will get into skincare. I'm a big fan of actually the Resynchronizing skincare, which is the Le Jour, La Nuit, and Le Weekend. I only have La Nuit and Le Weekend, but the Le Jour is a salicylic acid kind of serum-y type texture that you use during the day to keep your pores clear. The La Nuit is a hyaluronic and frankincense, and then the Le Weekend is May rose and glycolic acid. So these are great serum-y type textures, like serum-y lotions. The Le Jour is the only one that's really thin, and these are great for underneath your moisturizer, just as kind of a boost. You know, I don't necessarily think they're the best skincare products out there, but from the Chanel range, they're certainly my favorites. Are the ones I actually use. I'm also a big fan of the Le Blanc Oil Gel Makeup Remover. It comes in a 5-ounce tube, and this is really great because it's a gel that when you start working it into the skin, it turns into an oil, and then it emulsifies when you add water and helps to remove the makeup prior to cleansing at night to get a more thorough cleanse, so that way your skin is clean at the end of the day. Now we will talk about cleansers. I really love the Lait Confort. which is a milky cleanser. So this is actually good as a makeup remover. That's probably what I'm going to be using it as, to do as a makeup remover before I wash my face at the end of the day. It's a nice milky oil. Rub that into the face, then you can either wipe it away with a washcloth, tissue it off, to get the bulk of the makeup off prior to cleansing. That way your cleanser is not having to work through makeup, it's just there to clean your skin. I also love the Lotion Confort, but it doesn't really do much as far as toning purposes. It just smells really good, which is not a reason to use a skincare product, but it smells lovely. It leaves your skin feeling very silky, alcohol-free, and it feels really good on the skin. Let's see, I'm a big fan of actually the Lift eye cream. This is a really lovely texture. You apply this day and night. You can actually apply it on the brow bone, according to Chanel. But it's nice because it is hydrating enough, but it doesn't leave a greasy residue on the eye area, because obviously that would kill your concealer. So it blends in, it melts into the skin, and it absorbs. So I'm not an eye cream fan, but I do really like this enough to get it. So, oh, I love the Hydra Beauty gel cream. I ordered that one in my gratis as well, and actually, what did I do? Oh, I got a little sample happy, but I filled this up with the gel cream. But the scent of the gel cream in the Hydra Beauty range is just, I die. It's one of the best things I've ever smelled in my entire life. I love it. And I also love the Eau Douceur, which you can only get at specialty stores or online, and it's a cleansing water, alcohol-free. I have about that much left, I think. I really like this in the morning. I like this if I just am doing a quick cleanse in the morning and I don't want to go to the sink to wash my face, because it does leave the skin feeling silky, gets all the nastiness off that you would need to get off, and it is an easy pump application, so I love that. Let's talk about makeup. In general, the foundations. Chanel does foundation better than any of its competitors, I have to say. And I'm not biased anymore, because they're not paying me to say it. This is my favorite foundation of all time, Vitalumière Aqua. Many others have come out that have been similar to it, but none of them give the certain effect that this gives on the skin. They're all kind of just imitators, and I think this was the first one of its kind to come out, I think. This kind of like shaker ball, very thin, liquidy foundation. This is what I wear when I just want to look like I have perfect skin, but I have no makeup on. It's exactly what that does. I love the velvet. I've done an entire video on the Chanel foundation range, so I'll link that below, but Vitalumière Aqua is definitely a standout product for me. And if you love a dewy look, classic Vitalumière is the way to go. The Beiges Fluide is really, it's growing on me. I'm liking it more and more and more. And then I just like all of them. And then Chanel concealers are to die for. The Correcteur Perfection is so good. It's a gel-based concealer that covers amazingly given its lightweight texture. The Éclat Lumière is really nice for underneath the eyes. I love under-eye concealers, and this happens to be one of the best of them. Oh, I love Le Blanc de Chanel. It comes in a container that actually looks more like this, but this is just an amazing product. It's really nice if you have like acne scarring here on your cheekbones, because it's a brightening product that you can mix in with your foundation, use underneath your foundation, or on top. That let me actually apply a little bit, just kind of brighten that area up without shimmer. So pretty great. The loose powder is to die for. Big fan of that. Very finely milled, and you get a crap ton of product, 30 grams, which is quite a bit. You're not skimping on quantity there. Soleil Tan de Chanel, a staple, I think. Every time I wear this, I get a compliment on it, like, you know, that my skin looks really good. And I'm like, it's got to be the Soleil Tan. I think it's a very unique product as well. There's not a lot of creamy bronzers out there that come in a big old jar like this, and it was one of the first, I think. I love the Le Beige powder. I have two shades here, 20 and 30. And I've done a video on this as well, but the brush that it comes with is so cute and quite functional. It's a sweet product onto the skin. But this is just a product that you can use to enhance the natural glow of your skin. It's not glittery, it's not sparkly, it just gives a fresh, healthy look to the skin. You can use different shades to sculpt your face, to bronze, to set, to highlight, depending on your skin tone, and I love the 30 for a bronze and the 20 to use all over, or just to set my makeup. But it just gives like a healthy luminosity to the skin, like a healthy glow. And I think they designed it to give it a look of like you've just been outdoors all day and you've got that healthy outdoor glow. I think it's exactly what it's designed to do, and that's exactly what it does. And I love that. I love the eyelash curler as well. Tell me that just, don't you die. So cute. I don't know where you can get it anymore. I think it was limited edition. You might try their website. A really well made curler though. And just, come on. Glossy black. I die. The foundation brush is one of my favorite foundation brushes out of anybody's. Really makes applying foundation look as good as possible, and I am already a big fan of these types of brushes, these, you know, the structure of this classic paddle shaped brush, but Chanel's I think is one of the best. Very dense, not too dense, and just very well built. You know, it's balanced really well, it's weighted properly, and I think it looks beautiful. So I love the foundation brush, and I also love the blush brush for setting the face because it's small and quite flat. For blush it is good as well because it's really quite buffs the product into the skin, but I like that it's flat for setting the face. So I love those brushes. And then as we get into, I think just Chanel does face products wonderfully. As you can see, I mentioned a lot of the face products. As far as lips go, I love the Rouge Coco Shines. Those are, again, I think one of the first of their kind to where it was kind of a sheer glossy lipstick and then everyone else followed suit. I love Rouge Allures for the packaging. I think they make really amazing vibrant colors as well. The Stylo Yeux waterproof eyeliner pencils are quite good. They come in quite a range of colors and people want them like crazy. I'm not a big fan of their mascaras for myself because my eyelashes are really straight and they don't hold a curl really well, and Chanel only makes one waterproof mascara. But if you don't have stubborn lashes, it's definitely can be worth a shot. The mascaras are beautifully structured and created, and the brushes are nice. I love the blush Crème de Chanel's. The Le Blush Crème de Chanel blushes are really beautiful. They're an amazing texture. They're kind of moussey, like a moussey cream. Really high pigment, really blendable, and very fun, vibrant colors. Last but not least, nail polishes. I think they're beautifully done. Remove the cap. Got your double C's here. Quite a pricey item, but I think one of the classic Chanel pieces. They make amazing reds. I've never been disappointed with any of the formulas. I've heard that there's an issue with the longevity of the wear, but I always do mine with a top coat, so I haven't really had many issues with them, but yeah, definitely worth checking out. I think it's one of the classic Chanel pieces. Alright, so that is everything. I think I can really say that a lot of emphasis is placed on the fragrance and the face products. Chanel makes really great foundations and powders and blushes and bronzers and things like that, and then a few of the skincare pieces stand out to me. But I have to say in general, Chanel skincare is not really something I would spend a lot of time looking at because I think a lot of it is about fragrance. It has too much fragrance. A lot of the serums have alcohol, in fact all of them, and they're all packaged in a jar, which means any of the beneficial ingredients will kind of degrade as soon as the air is exposed to them, but definitely a few of them do stand out. So if this was helpful in any way, I'm really glad that it was. If you have any of your favorite Chanel products, leave them below to give some other people an idea of things to try. And like I said, this is just my experience from working at the counter, doing makeovers, and then my personal preferences for what I really like and what I look for. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!